So physiologically, something really great happens with the nervous system if we take a really deep in-breath and let it out with kind of a ha, ha. Let's go ahead and take another one. So I'd like to explore a little bit more about attending to and recognizing, remembering the good ground within the physicality, the body that we all move through time and space. So we can just begin that with, you kind of notice where the attention is hanging out, where it's likely to be. And once that's kind of seen, it's easy to see what you're attending to. Then we just drop that sense of attention. We all have a sense of attention. We drop it down and back and in. Down and back and in. And somewhere deeper in and closer in, let's say, and down from the intellect, we can ask, in this body, where do I sense? Where is the sense of my deepest knowing of my true nature? And then we listen, that open field, listeningness, without agenda, without expectation, kind of almost in a vital, curious kind of way. Just a simple way, as if we're very simple. We've never been to retreats. We've never worked on our spirituality. We don't know, we're not carrying our realizations forward. We're simply stepping down, back, and in with the attention, dropping below that mind stream, the thought stream. You can always use an out breath. Where in this body, in this moment, do I sense the deepest knowing of true nature? How do I sense it? How does this body embody that sense? And we have to be kind of simple, open. I know some people can find this frustrating because they're listening for a verbal narrative with words, and it may not be like that. The language of the subtle body is not necessarily English, Spanish, whatever. It could be archetypal, it could be imagery, it could be just a pure felt sense. This is part of the beauty of beginning to listen to something other than the narrative. We get to learn and rediscover and remember a deeper communication, a deeper conversation. Like the conversation between water and wetness. Intimate, close, closer than narrative, very felt sense. There is listening. And when we attend to just that open field listening, a different sense of the body opens. And in any moment, if the attention gets kind of cul-de-saced into a story or a conundrum, a reasoning, or just, it wants to move the attention because the mind is getting bored. It's okay. We just let that stone sink like in a clear pond, just downward, down, down. At some point, it could happen. It doesn't have to at all. Your experience is exactly perfect. But it could happen that this availability, when the attention begins to rest quite naturally, the sense of the body expands. Again, if that's not happening, if you are currently on a very resonant journey inside the physicality, just please listen. But it could happen that there's this expansion. Sense of the wholeness, interbeingness, how the depth of the true nature doesn't stop at the skin. There is a simple, simple sense, an intuitive sense of the ground, in and through and from and as every holy instant, every breath, and every one of us can bring our attention to that in our own unique way. It is not separate. It is not somewhere else. It's appearing now as each and every one of us. We're just orienting, like turning our face, like sunflowers turn their faces to the sun. It's a very natural, easy move to orient and to the remembering of the true nature. Just reorientation, following that natural sense of the ground, the great mystery, the sense of infinity, eternity. And in this moment, we just allow even if it's a beautiful insight, it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. And the attention rests. It rests in the ground. In that deepest sense of the truth beyond words, the truth beyond names, the truth beyond narrative, the truth beyond history. Ever present, ever isness. If there gets to be a sense of uncomfortableness or the sense of boredom, when will this end, or kind of a dullness can creep in, just revisit that sense of the attention dropping down, back and in, with that open-ended, open field question. Where do I sense? How do I sense? What is the sense of the ground, the true nature in this moment, in this body, as this expression? Keep it simple, vital, light. Be open to fresh understanding, fresh insight. There can be all the intellectual understandings, conceptual understandings, and they can be interesting and maybe even delightful or punishing, who knows. And then underneath, deeper, you might say, closer in, more intimate, there is the sense of the sense beyond words, beyond description and analysis of what one is, what is here, now. And the reorienting to this felt sense within, in the tissues, in the cells, in the processes, the subtle energies. Reorientation to the depth of that which animates. It brings about a new flavor within the body, and a receptivity, a fullness. A different fullness than a full of one's ideas and full of one's reactions. It's a innate, inherent, essential fullness. And the rest, the refuge, the restoration, oh, it feels like home, home, like coming, like water after a long time without of thirst. So we're inhabiting, dwelling by bringing the attention and anchoring it, resting it in the depths, the wilderness, the great mystery,